Hi, it's Robin with The Adventure Begins, and I am here today to talk to you a little bit about how posture can affect your energy. So awesome, right? It can make a huge difference. More than I even realized until I started really looking into this topic. So I'm Robin. I love to help people just feel better so that when they're not just struggling to make it through each day, so that they can fully participate in all of life's great adventures, because there's so many good things that life has to offer. So posture, it affects a lot of things. There's actually studies to suggest that it affects our mood. They did a study where they had people skipping down the hallway, and they had a study where they had people walking slouched down the hallway, and it made a difference in their mood, just how they were walking down the hallway. So stand up straight if you're having issues with your mood. There's something about, how if you look at somebody who's standing straight and tall, they look more confident. And apparently that it translates to us as well. Like, we feel more confident. So why not give it a try? Because it's really good for you in a lot of other ways as well. It really actually affects your digestion. If you're slouched over, it not only affects your shoulders, neck, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but also it affects your intestines, and they're compressed. And they can't work as efficiently as possible. So if you're staying like that throughout the day, things aren't going to move as easily. You're going to get kind of backed up. You are, you're not going to absorb all the nutrients from your food, and that's super important because we all tend to be on the nutrient deficient side. So if you're doing something simple like this that can improve your nutrition, why not do it, right? So it's really important for digestion. It's really important for mood. It's really important for pain. You get a lot of, you may not initially, but eventually your muscles are gonna try to adapt, but eventually you're gonna end up with shoulder, neck, back pain. And a lot of it's mostly related to posture, sadly. And headaches, you can get a lot of tension headaches because the muscles across here that go up into your neck, they actually go from here and attach up into the bottom of your head, basically the bottom of your skull. If that muscle is tight, it causes a lot of tension headaches, which can refer pain throughout your head. And I get a lot of those. I really struggled with my posture. My posture is not perfect, but it's way better than it used to be. So what is good posture? And my posture is not perfect. My shoulders are round forward, and that's something I'm working on. I'm working on both strengthening the back muscles and lengthening these muscles. But you want your ear to be right above your shoulder. They should be in line. And you should not have your head forward, and you shouldn't have your head way back here. And you want your chin parallel with the floor. You don't want it up or down. Because actually it can cause jaw pain as well if you don't have your head in the right position. So if you look at my jaw right now, and then if I put my head forward, my jaw comes back. And that actually is going to compress this joint. So if you have TMJ problems, you may have, it may be stemming from posture as well. So that's something to look at. You want to have your hip above kind of the middle of your foot. You want to have the natural curve in your spine and your neck. These are all important. You want your shoulders to be level. You don't want to be like standing like this. You want to have kind of the same space between your body and your arm on either side, because that's also going to show that you're not leaning one way or the other. And so it's also really important for breathing posture. And I've already talked about how posture is really important, or how breathing, especially deep breathing, can be really important for energy. So just imagine if you're not getting the full expanse of your lungs, you're not getting all that oxygen in, and that's going to totally affect your energy. So it's all interrelated. So I want you to try something with me. I want you we're going to slouch over, we're going to breathe out, we are going to hold it, so with no breath, and then you're going to stand up straight, and you're going to tell me what you feel. And you can put it in the comments after you watch this video. So I'm going to slouch over, breathe out, and it's almost like a vacuum, right? Like, you feel that vacuum effect, like you have to take air in. So what's happening is when you're slouched over, you have basically like this amount of your lungs is open and has air in it. And so you breathe out, and most of the air is gone, but there's always a little bit there. And then you stand up straight, and you're opening up this bottom part of your lungs. So there's not enough air in there because you've only filled up or put a little bit in this top part. There's not enough air in there, so that's why it feels like a vacuum, and you have to take a breath. So I think it really helped me understand, you know, how posture can really affect your breathing. So I want to show you an exercise that you can do if, like me, you have the rounded shoulders and that's an issue and you want to work on strengthening your back. And I'll show you how you can tell. If you stand and your thumbs point towards each other, like mine, it's not ideal. You want your thumbs to be pointing this way because that means that your shoulder is actually in proper alignment, okay? And then your thumbs are pointing, you know, towards me. So if they're not, you need to work on the muscles in your back. So I have this just simple band, and all I'm gonna do is I have my thumbs starting pointing towards each other, and I'm gonna put my shoulder blades back and down, and I'm really gonna concentrate while I do this on my working my back. I want to feel it in my back, because you can like compensate and have your, you know, your body do this in different ways, but you want to focus on those muscles that you're trying to strengthen, and they're probably a little bit weak, so it's going to take some effort to focus on them. So you're going to do this, then you're going to pull out to the side and turn your thumbs to the back, and you're going to squeeze, and you're going to feel it right in your back, in the middle of your back, right in here. Okay, right in this area is where you want to feel it. And I've known for a long time those muscles are weak, and I've been working and working on strengthening them, and they've gotten so much better. They used to be like basically not even functional, but you know, they're coming along. So you just got to keep working on your weaknesses. So that's what you're going to do to strengthen it. And you don't need a lot of force. It's better to do high reps with a low amount of force to start with, and just do it periodically throughout the day when you think about it. You know, do 50 reps in the morning when you get up, do 50 reps later on in the day, and you're going to notice a difference. So the last thing you might be wondering about is why I have this beautiful red ribbon against my pink shirt. I didn't think about the color of the only ribbon I could find when I was putting on my shirt. And this is, like, you may have seen postural, you know, they have all these things out there, and it'll like set off an alarm if your posture is not good. And I'm not saying those things aren't good. I honestly don't know. I'm thinking it would be a good thing, because it's often just awareness that affects our posture. But this is a simple thing you can do. Pin a ribbon to the top and bottom of your shirt, and then try to keep it tight for like 10 minutes at a time. And if you start to slouch, you see how there's all this slack in the ribbon. It's going to give you a visual cue. So pay attention to how you're standing and try to keep that ribbon tight. So give it a try. I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you all soon.